It's that time of year, everybody. It's time for my top 10 movies of 2016. Just a disclaimer at the front, I did not see everything in 2016. There are a few films that I really wanted to see that I missed out on. Hacksaw Ridge 1 and Edge of 17 is another one that I really wanted to see but did not get a chance to go check out in theaters. And, of course, these are my personal picks for best films. They may not be the best directed or best acted, but they're the ones I enjoyed watching the most. But with that said, let's get into a few honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1. The Jungle Book is a great remake of the classic 60s animated film. Director Jon Favreau did a great job. Neil Sethi did an amazing job of acting as a little kid with all that just green screen and nothing really to go on. Great voice acting, great visuals, just not enough to make my top 10. This was a really tough one for me to keep off my top 10 list. I kept going back and forth with this and my number 10, but then in the end, my number 10 just felt more innovative for its genre. I really enjoyed Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Great war film. It's just not enough to crack my top 10. But with that said, let's get into the actual top 10. At number 10, Deadpool is one of the most important superhero movies to come out in the past few years. It shows that an R-rated superhero movie can work, and we're getting a Logan movie that's R-rated because of it. But great action, great comedy. Ryan Reynolds kills it in the lead role, and that's why it's my number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Manchester by the Sea. This film was like if someone just took out my heart and just started punching it repeatedly. Great performances by Casey Affleck and Michelle Williams. If you don't feel anything while watching this movie, you may just have like a black hole where your heart should be because this movie is emotional. My number 8 film is a film I knew nothing about coming into 2016, but it quickly became one of my favorites, and that is Hell or High Water. Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges kill it in this film. It's such a great tale of brothers robbing banks and the brotherly story, and I enjoyed it to pieces when I saw it. When I heard The Rock and Lin-Manuel Miranda were teaming up to make an animated movie for Disney, I was so excited, and Moana paid off so much. It's a great story in there, but also mixed with great music. I haven't stopped listening to You're Welcome since it came out, and it'll always be stuck in my head. And it's just one of the best animated films I think I've ever seen, and clearly my favorite of the year. My number 6 film could have gone wrong in so many different ways, but Captain America Civil War lived up to the enormous amount of hype it had. Great story of friends fighting over different views, and one of the best action scenes I've ever seen in my entire life with the runway scene. Spider-Man kills it in this film. Everyone is great, and I can't see what the fallout is in the Marvel Universe because of this film. My number 5 film is a film that unfortunately not that many people went and saw in theaters, and that is Shane Black's The Nice Guys. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe kill it as a just classic detective buddy comedy film that's a throwback to older ones. This film is so funny, the action is great, and a great story between Ryan Gosling and his daughter. My number 4 film is a film that stuck with me a few days after I saw it, and that is Moonlight. Director Barry Jenkins did a great job depicting the story of a boy growing up in a rough urban environment down in Miami and the 3 stages of his life. Great acting by all 3 actors, and Mahershala Ali is probably going to get nominated and should probably win for Best Supporting Actor because he kills it in this film. Coming in at number 3 is Denis Villeneuve's Arrival. This movie is amazing on so many levels. Amy Adams kills it in the lead role, which the movie relied on her a lot, so she had to do a great job, and she did. But the cinematography is amazing. There's one shot where it's a helicopter shot flying over, and there's the spaceship, and it has its own gravity, so like the clouds are moving around it, and it's one of the most beautiful shots I've ever seen. But the twist in this film, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's one of the best twists I've ever seen in my life. Great film that you need to check out. Every once in a while, there's a film that seemed like the producers were like, hey Drew, we're going to make a movie specifically for you, and that is Sing Street. I'm a huge fan of the coming-of-age genre, and this film was one of the best entries that genre has had in a few years. Amazing soundtrack throughout the film, one of the best songs I've heard this year in Drive It Like You Stole It. Great acting and great directing by John Carney. And my number one film of 2016 is the film I waited to make this list for. It's the most anticipated movie of the year for me, and that is Damien Chazelle's La La Land. Coming off a film like Whiplash, it was such a gutsy call by Chazelle to make a musical of this scale, and it worked off perfectly. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone play great characters, struggling to make it in Los Angeles, while also building this great relationship with each other. The music is amazing throughout. The direction and the cinematography and the use of color and lighting is perfect, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorite films maybe ever. It's just, I haven't stopped thinking about it since I've seen it, and that's how you know it's truly an amazing film. And there you have it. There's my top 10 movies of 2016. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see some more videos from me. I'm going to have links to all the movie reviews down in the description below. But comment down below also what are your top 10 movies of the year, and thanks for watching.